One of the questions that we get quite often in our office is, am I allowed to pay for these things? Or should I not pay for these things? Or who is allowed to pay for these things for an individual who is receiving SSI and Medicaid benefits? The question is anything but black and white. For instance, if you're living in a home that you do not own and you are not paying rent, well, if you're receiving SSI and Medicaid and you're living in a house and you're not paying rent, what Social Security will do will say that because you're not paying rent, we're going to assume that you have too much money. So what they will do is they will take your $800 a month that you get in SSI, and they'll come up with what a reasonable amount of rent is for where you're staying, and then they will reduce your Social Security payment by that amount. It's called in-kind maintenance, and they will do this in the same way as if not just rent, but let's say you're living in a home and your parents are paying for your food. Well, if your parents are paying for your food and you're not reimbursing them, or you're not paying for groceries, Social Security will say, well, you obviously have too much money, and what we're going to do is we're going to reduce your SSI payment. Well, if your SSI payment gets low enough, then you won't receive Medicaid payments. So it's always a good idea that whatever your financial situation is, you should contact an attorney who has experience with SSI or Medicaid so that they can tell you what kind of things you can and cannot pay for and who can pay for what things for your benefit.